Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Blu-ray collection. Before we get started on the next part, I have purchased a few new Blu-rays. Most of them that I put all of them in the collection. Most of them that have been bought that are new have not come yet in place of where I've done the Blu-ray collection, but two have. Those two are Alcatraz, the complete series. This was cool. I found this for only $4 at my local half-price books. So I figured $4 for a complete series on Blu-ray. I will definitely do that. And then the other one is this here. I actually do have a lot of wrestling stuff in my collection, and this is one of the newer ones I picked up. Legends of Mid-South Wrestling. So there we go. Those are the two new titles. So now we're down here, and we're going to go through this shelf, which is the rest of L all the way through the very end of R. These two titles, Lord of War and Lottery Ticket, I showed in the last part. So we're going to start here with Love Actually, which comes with an ornament. That's a really good movie, one that I got to revisit soon. Love and Other Drugs, just an amazing movie. Love, Simon. This movie makes me cry. This is a really great movie. Love Story. I know it's a classic, but I've not watched that yet. So that's it for all the Love movies. Then we have Lucy. Really, really good movie. Highly recommend that one. Machete. Great movie. I still need machete kills. But this movie is primarily awesome for having... trying to get it in focus, sorry. For having Steven Seagal back on the big screen after so long, so Machete is pretty cool. For some reason, this phone is not auto-focusing like it did in the first part. That's really weird. I think just because it's darker now. Machine Gun Preacher. I have not watched that yet. Here's one of the new ones I picked up recently. Macho Man, the Randy Savage story. I'm very much looking forward to checking that one out. Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted. That's pretty good. I do have Madagascar 1 and 2, but they're with my DVDs. Malcolm X, absolutely amazing movie. If you have not seen this, you need to. Maleficent, that's pretty good. I am not looking forward, but I am interested in seeing Mistress of Evil, which I believe comes out in October. Mallrats, absolutely awesome movie. I do love this. However, this does come with both the theatrical and extended cuts of the movie. I did watch the extended version pretty recently, not too long ago, and I think that the theatrical cut's a lot better. The extended cut is a full half hour longer, and it just doesn't really work that well. Then we have Mamma Mia, and, sorry, trying to get it in focus. And Mamma Mia, here we go again. The first one's pretty good. The sequel is definitely superior. Although I will say, though, that the first, 10 minutes are really not all that good of the sequel. I think that the dance number, When I Kissed the Teacher, was kind of weirdly choreographed. And I always hate it in a movie musical when a character starts off a song with, "Hit it." I really do hate that. I don't know why, but it's groan-inducing. Anyway... Man of Steel. Some people love it, some people hate it. I love it. Marley and Me. That's a very sad movie. Marvel's The Avengers, which I did look up. That is kind of the official title of this movie. Great movie. A lot of this was filmed about 20 minutes from where I live in downtown Cleveland. So that's really cool. I do own Age of Ultron and Infinity War, but they're up there in A. Mary Poppins Returns, excellent movie. I do own the first film, but only on VHS, not on Blu-ray. Matchstick Men, that's one of my all-time favorite movies. I do apologize if this video is very blurry. I don't mean for it to be that way. Anyway, we have Maximum Conviction, which is a good... it's a fun Steve Austin, Steven Seagal movie. Max Payne, that really wasn't all that great. Mean Streets, I know it's a classic, but I've not watched it yet. Megafault, this I did watch, that was actually okay. Men in Black 3, that's a fun one. I do own the first two, but they're on DVD, and I'm kind of looking forward to Men in Black International. Mercenary for Justice, that's a pretty decent Steven Seagal movie. Double feature of Midnight Movie and Killer Movie. Midnight Movie is really good. I liked that one a lot. I have not seen Killer Movie yet. Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, featuring Anna Kendrick, who is by far and away my favorite actress of all time. It's a fun movie. I really do love that one a lot. Mile 22, that's a good action movie. Then we have the Mission Impossible trilogy. This obviously coming with Mission Impossible 2, and Mission Impossible 3. Then we have Mission Impossible Fallout, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, and then my mom had gotten this for me, and I kind of kept it because it's really cool. I do like the artwork design that they did with this. This is the 5-movie set that comes with the first 4, and then Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. All of these movies are great, but I would have to say that Fallout is by far and away the best. Really, really great movie. Then we got Moana, absolutely awesome Disney movie. Molly's Game, it's a really good movie, all about a girl who ran poker games kind of like in this underground sort of way, and she ended up getting caught for it. I don't need to spoil it because they do say it in the synopsis, and that is the opening scene of the movie, and it's a true story. So Moneyball, I've heard great things, but I've not seen that yet. Money Monster, that's a really good movie. Sorry, the camera's slipping from my hands. I put it in some sort of lock. I don't know what the lock was. Anyway, Movie 43, I know a lot of people do not like that movie, but I think it's okay. Mrs. Doubtfire, that's obviously a classic. Muppets Most Wanted, excellent sequel to the Muppets. Murder in the First, that was decent. Murder on the Orient Express, excellent movie. I am looking forward to Death on the Nile soon. My Best Friend's Girl, that wasn't very good. Napoleon Dynamite, that's a classic. National Lampoon's Vacation, awesome movie. The only other vacation movies that were released on Blu-ray were Vacation, which I have, but we'll talk about that later, and Christmas Vacation. I don't think European or Vegas Vacation were released on Blu-ray. Correct me if I'm wrong. Neighbors, that's a good one. I do need to get Neighbors too. Nerve, that's also a really good one. Nightcrawler, brilliant movie. I need to watch that again because that is really, really good. 9 Months, I've not seen that yet. Ninja Assassin, I also have not seen that yet. And No Country for Old Men. I mentioned this in another video. I have not seen that one yet either. Nonstop, that's a good Liam Neeson movie. Notorious, I actually have not watched that yet. Observe and Report, that's actually really, really good. Ocean's 8, that's a fun follow-up to the Ocean's movies. I don't own the other 3 Ocean's movies on Blu-ray. I might have to think about picking them up, even though 12 and 13 really aren't all that good. Office Christmas Party, good Christmas movie. Officer Down, I've not watched that yet. Once Upon a Deadpool, which I have the one sheet for. This was decent. This is basically just the PG-13 cut of Deadpool 2 that they did, which I do own both of the other cuts on Blu-ray. It's good. My only problem with it is that I did see this in theaters. At the very, very end of the movie, there was a Stan Lee tribute that they played, which you can find that on YouTube. Other people have uploaded it. But for whatever reason, they didn't put that on the home video release. I really don't know why, but it's just strange that they took that out. But anyway, it's decent enough. Once Upon a Time in America, great movie. This is the version that actually comes with the 4-hour cut, which is awesome. Alrighty, then moving on, we have Once Upon a Time, the complete first season, second season, third season, fourth season, and fifth season. I got this show because I'm really into to Disney and the Disney lore. I haven't watched it yet. I picked these seasons up for super cheap, but I still need seasons 6 and 7, and then I'll have them all. One Day, that was really good. On the Job, a Hong Kong action movie I have not watched yet. Orphan, brilliant movie. Oz the Great and Powerful, that's a solid Disney movie. Pain and Gain, this movie is fantastic. I highly recommend that one. Paramore, The Final Riot. It's just a concert, but it's decent. Passengers, highly underrated. I really liked that one a lot. Patriots Day, another fantastic movie, but it is very hard to watch, so be warned. Paul, I've not watched that one yet. Penguins of Madagascar, that's a solid movie. Triple feature set of People I Know, Albino Alligator, and Ordinary Decent Criminal. People I Know and Albino Alligator were pretty good. Ordinary Decent Criminal was not very good. Peppermint, that's a good vigilante movie. Person of Interest, the complete first season. I have not watched this yet. I picked this up for $4, so that was really cool. But I still need to get seasons 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alrighty. Then, moving on now, we have Pitch Perfect, Pitch Perfect 2, and then I have this edition of Pitch Perfect 2, which comes with more special features, and Pitch Perfect 3, which this is the version that comes with it's the Target exclusive edition. 3 absolutely fantastic movies. When this came out, I really hated it at first. Just something about the movie really rubbed me the wrong way, and upon reflection, it is really good. But the other ones are great as well. I heard they're possibly going to do a 4th one. I hope, because I became a big fan of it. Popstar, Never Stop, Never Stopping. This movie is fantastic. This has by far and away one of my all-time favorite soundtracks, so definitely highly recommend that one. Possession, that's not really all that great. Power Rangers, this was actually really, really good. I do hope that they make a sequel to that. Premonition, that was good. Pride and Glory, that's a good cop movie. Prisoners, fantastic. Prom, I have not watched that yet. Prometheus, that's really, really good. Prom Night, the unrated cut, that being the remake, that was okay. Pulp Fiction, one of my all-time favorites. Punisher Warzone, the sequel to The Punisher, it's decent. I do own The Punisher, but we'll get to that later. Raging Bull, I know it's a classic, but I have not watched that yet. Ralph Breaks the Internet, the sequel to Wreck-It Ralph, which I do have, but again, we'll get to it later. Great movie, but very stupid missed opportunity to not call it Ralph Wrecks the Internet. They even bring that up in the movie, and they're like, oh, well, you know, break the internet, it's kind of like a thing. Shut up. Just call it Ralph Wrecks the Internet. Rampage, that's a fun creature feature movie. Ready Player One, this movie is really good, but it does give me mixed feelings while watching it. It's kind of not good and really good at the same time. I don't know, but I thought it was interesting. Real Steel, aka Rock'em Sock'em Robots, the movie, this is really good. Reanimator, I have to watch this again, because when I first watched it, it really wasn't all that great. And then I have 2 versions of Red. I have this version that I bought not realizing that it was the movie-only version, and then I have this version which actually has the special features, but for whatever reason, not all of the special features were carried over from the DVD, so that's really weird. But we have Red, and then we have Red 2. 2 really fun old guy action movies that are actually really, really good. Red Riding Hood, that was kind of stupid. Red Sparrow, that's a really good spy movie. Rendition, I have not watched that yet. Reservoir Dogs, another one of my all-time favorites. Resident Evil, The Final Chapter, good movie. I do own the other Resident Evil movies, but we'll get to them later. Ride Along and Ride Along 2, you know, they're both decent. Risky Business, again, I know it's a classic, but I have not watched that yet. Robin Hood, this being the Russell Crowe movie, not the recent one that came out, or the classic Disney one. I have not watched this yet. I've heard mixed things. We just hope it's better than the Taron Egerton one, because I have seen that, and that was pretty bad. RoboCop trilogy, this obviously comes with RoboCop, RoboCop 2, and RoboCop 3. RoboCop's a classic, 2 is pretty decent, and 3 is just okay. And then the remake of RoboCop, which was actually pretty good. Rock of Ages, absolutely underrated. I love that movie, and I love the soundtrack to it. Rockstar, I have not watched that yet. Rock vs. Cena, Once in a Lifetime, one of the few wrestling titles that I have, but I picked that up. I'm not so much into matches of wrestling as I am the documentaries and stuff. Special stuff like WrestleMania I'll pick up, but that is really, really cool. Rogue One, a Star Wars story, really, really good. Role Models, that was alright. Romeo Must Die, really, really good. Runner, that was decent. Running Scared, so underrated, one of my all-time favorites. Again, if you want to see Paul Walker in a really good role outside of the Fast and the Furious, that would be one to check out. And we'll finish up this part here with the Rush Hour trilogy. Great set, this obviously coming with Rush Hour 2, and Rush Hour 3. So that was it for this part. Thank you everyone for watching. Stay tuned for the next part where we will get through all of the S and the first half of T. Thanks for watching, guys. But if you guys remember at the end of my last video, I panned over and I had this Winnie the Pooh little thing here, and I mentioned the snow globe. I did mention that I would turn it on. So I think this is super cool. It's heavy though. It like weighs a ton. Alrighty. I'll see you guys later.